We've got some breaking news out of Major League Baseball where Bruce Bochy is coming out of retirement to become the Texas Rangers' next manager. He signed a 3-year deal with the Rangers that'll run through the 2025 season. Now, Bochy had retired back in 2019 after a 13-year stint with the Giants that included 3 World Series championships. He's one of just 10 managers in Major League history to win 3 titles. And here to talk about this breaking news, we do want to bring in our MLB expert, David Samson, to break it all down. David, we want to get your initial reaction to this hire because you've hired and fired managers before. So what do you think of this hire for the Rangers?
Like dozens of them. So Bruce Bochy is a manager with great gravitas. He has championship pedigree, and the Texas Rangers are a perfect fit for him. When he left the game in 2019, it was time for him to leave the Giants, but he always indicated that he would get back in the dugout in the right scenario. And the right scenario involves having a payroll. It involves having an owner committed to spending money and winning because he was not going to take over a rebuild. And make no mistake, the Texas Rangers are in a new ballpark. They are not rebuilding, and they've got the makings of a winning franchise, but they are in a very, very tough division.
And David, Bochy seems like a pretty sure bet for the Hall of Fame. So what are some realistic expectations for Bochy with the Rangers moving forward?
Well, Chris Young, remember, just took over for John Daniels, who got let go in August, who was running the baseball side for many, many years. They had fired their manager in August. 2 days apart, they fired their manager and GM. So they were a team that they're now saying that they were really trying to win in 23, but that's not true. They were trying to win this past season, and it just did not work out in any way. They spent a ton of money in free agency. And when you do that and you don't win, you can't get rid of the players. So the next best thing is to get rid of the manager. And you get rid of the manager, you want to bring in someone totally different. And Bruce Bochy is totally different than Woodward or Bernstein and all the other managers they've had. He is someone who comes with that experience. When he walks in the clubhouse, he has this big, imposing frame. And when he walks in, he's got the rings on his finger, and everyone listens like he's E.F. Hutton. How's that for a Boomer reference? And that sort of seriousness combined with their new GM, Chris Young, who's never run an organization on his own before, you put those two together, and that's a formidable front office.
I like your Boomer reference there, David. Now, you mentioned the Rangers spending a lot of money. So what exactly do they need to do to be able to compete with the Astros and the Mariners?
Well, pretty much they have John Gray and then Martin Perez and hope for 3 rainouts. And Perez may not re-sign with them, so that leaves John Gray and 4 rainouts. They need pitching. That is the issue with them. They spend all that money in the middle infield. Remember, they signed 2 of the available shortstops in Seager and Simeon. They paid a tremendous amount of money for them, and they've got to get arms around them. But again, look who they're competing with. And that's the interesting thing. Bochy comes from San Francisco, where he was competing with the Dodgers year in and year out. He knows what it's like to compete with the behemoth, and that's really what the Astros have become. But he believes that he is the right person for the job, and so does Chris Young. I think it's a fantastic hire. Will it make a difference immediately in 2023? It depends who they bring in to throw the ball. That will be the differentiating factor.
All right, that is our MLB expert, David Samson. If you're just joining us here, Bruce Bochy is coming out of retirement to become the Texas Rangers' next manager. You can catch David Samson on his podcast, Nothing Personal. In the very latest episode, he is talking about the ALCS and the Astros and even dabbling into some Netflix reviews. He does it all. So listen and download wherever you get your podcasts.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.